Imagine a love so powerful, it burns away your sense of self. A love so consuming, you lose all boundaries and merge into the infinite. Not a romantic love, but something deeper, something eternal. A love that makes the soul dance and the ego dissolve. This is not fantasy. This is the love that Rumi writes about, the divine love that pulses through every word of his poetry. A love that mystics chase across lifetimes. A love that invites you not just to feel, but to become. Welcome to the unfolding journey. This is a space where we dive deep into the currents of spirituality, mysticism, literature, and consciousness. If you're drawn to the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil, you're in the right place. Today, we explore the mystical heart, exploring divine love in Rumi's poetry. To understand Rumi's concept of divine love, we must first understand the man behind the words. Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi was born in 1207 in Balkh, in present-day Afghanistan. He later settled in Konya, in modern-day Turkey. He was a scholar of Islamic theology, a jurist, and a mystic. But his spiritual transformation began when he met the wandering dervish, Shams of Tabriz. Shams ignited something in Rumi that would change the course of his life, and the literary world forever. After their meeting, Rumi's scholarly identity dissolved into the ocean of mysticism. His poetry began pouring forth, not from intellect, but from the heart, the qalb, the center of divine experience in Sufi tradition. Rumi became not just a poet, but a vessel. Through him, the divine spoke in verse. To fully grasp the theme of divine love in Rumi's poetry, we must understand the Sufi tradition. Sufism is the mystical dimension of Islam. It emphasizes inward purification, the annihilation of the ego, nafs, and union with the divine, tawhid. Love is central to Sufi practice, not as an emotion, but as a transformative force. In Sufi terms, divine love is the fire that consumes the veils separating the soul from God. The lover, ashik, is not seeking pleasure or even peace. The lover seeks only annihilation in the beloved, mashuk. For Rumi, this love is not abstract. It is immediate, all-encompassing, and ecstatic. It is the very fabric of reality. Rumi often speaks of the beloved, a mysterious presence that appears again and again in his verses. But who is this beloved? To the untrained eye, it may seem like a romantic partner, a human muse. But in Sufi interpretation, the beloved is always God. Every description, the beauty, the cruelty, the intoxication, refers to the divine. Here's a line from Rumi. The minute I heard my first love story, I started looking for you, not knowing. How blind that was. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. The love here is not between two humans. It is the soul's memory of union with its source. Rumi teaches us that divine love is not acquired. It is remembered. A recurring theme in Rumi's poetry is longing, the ache of separation. This longing is not a flaw, but a sacred state. The lover longs for the beloved precisely because that pain keeps the heart open. The soul, cast into the world of form, remembers its origin and aches to return. One of Rumi's most famous metaphors is that of the reed flute. Listen to the reed flute, how it complains, lamenting its banishment from its home. The reed, once part of the reed bed, is now cut, hollowed out, and made into a flute. Its song is sorrowful because it remembers its unity with the source. This is the condition of the human soul in Rumi's worldview, exiled from unity and seeking return. Rumi's poetry is not static. It moves like a dance, just like the sima, the whirling meditation of the dervishes. This dance symbolizes the soul's journey from separation to union. In his poems, the lover is in constant motion, sometimes weeping, sometimes laughing, sometimes drunk with love. This dynamic reflects the soul's transformation through divine love. In one verse, he writes, "I want to sing like the birds sing, not worrying about who hears or what they think." This is the freedom of the soul intoxicated by divine love, unconcerned with the world, absorbed in the beloved. Unlike modern romantic love, Rumi's divine love is not about fulfillment, it's about annihilation. The self must burn in the fire of love. Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop. This letting go is not passive. It is an active surrender of ego, pride, and identity. What remains is the essence, pure, divine, free. The goal of divine love for Rumi is not to possess the beloved, but to become one with the beloved, to disappear in love and be reborn in truth. This is the state known in Sufism as fana, the annihilation of the self in God. Centuries have passed since Rumi lived and wrote. Yet today, his verses are among the most quoted poetry in the world. Why? Because divine love is universal. It transcends religion, language, and time. It speaks to the deepest hunger of the soul, the hunger for unity, meaning, and beauty. Rumi's poetry reminds us that this world, with all its noise and suffering, is not our final home. That behind every face, every event, every sorrow, the beloved is hiding, waiting to be seen. In a time of disconnection, anxiety, and spiritual amnesia, Rumi calls us back to the heart. In Rumi's universe, love is not a sentiment. It is a sacred fire, a divine current pulling us toward our source. His words are not mere poems, they are invitations. Invitations to remember who we are, to strip away the illusions, to fall into the mystery of the heart. And so, dear traveler, what is keeping you from the beloved? Are you ready to burn? If this journey into the mystical heart of Rumi stirred something within you, don't let it end here. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe to The Unfolding Journey for more explorations into mysticism, spirituality, poetry, and the inner life.